Down go the Trojans. Dose Leprechauns, we are back. Me and Nate are here back after a stressful yet, what in the world are they doing in there? Anyway, a stressful yet victorious 10-point victory. The spread was right. Holy cow, what a game, huh? Um, I still didn't think that thing was over right up when we were down 10. It's crazier things have happened. The Cam McDaniel fumble back at the end against Northwestern, so I was preparing myself for some craziness, but wasn't pretty. Just like Cameron Mays says, wasn't pretty, but great win. Defense locked in second half. Yeah, man, what a game. Anybody? Let me know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts. Holy shit balls, what a game from Amber Sullivan. F the University of Spoiled Children. Yep, down goes Troy. Yeah, man, was celebration time indeed, right? This is great. Good stuff. OMG, OMG, OMG. Three in a row against FUSC. So, yeah, if that is the end, hopefully it's not. We go out on a 3-game win streak. Let's get to some stats.
Sure.
Nate, how do we look? What do you got? Offense first?
Yeah, I just want to say we tied with Illinois for the most points scored against USC's defense this year with 34. I mean, we say it every week, but what else is there to say about Jeremiah Love? Today, 24 carries, 228 yards rushing, 265 yards total, 1 touchdown. Jadarian Price, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, and the kick return.
That kick return was a game changer. Straight up.
He needs to just return kicks just against USC. Because,
Crazy.
It's automatic wins.
Second time at home he's done that.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Leading receiver was Faison, 6 receptions for 60 yards. Will Pauling was the only receiver to have a touchdown. He had 2 receptions for 16 yards. CJ Carr wasn't great today. I think that was pretty evident. Showed a lot of freshman mistakes, I guess I'd say.
Real quick, I want to just real quick. Sorry, Scott Reddig on X says something that I think it needs to be said, and thank you for saying that. Does this put him in Heisman consideration? It really should.
It needs to.
It really, really should. The guy went for 200. How many yards? Sorry,
265 total.
265 yards total for J Love. That is insane against your rival. It's it's raining, and that's just it's crazy.
Yep.
Any insight on Great House? Nothing. He didn't play. I don't know. He didn't even dress, so not good on that front. But we'll get to that later. We've got a bye week before the next game, so that's perfect because obviously Billy Schrouth was banged up. Nate said I didn't catch it, but he was in on the last
couple kneels,
which is good. Hopefully that means that he's good to go, not just they were trying to give him some love there at the end. No pun intended. Ace Dillard, such an emotional game for me this week. Lost my dad. Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that, bro. That's terrible. Such an emotional game for me this week. Lost my dad. This is the first game since. He was a lifelong Irish fan, and the reason I am today. Such a great win. Go Irish, FUSC. Well, Ace, thank you for saying that, and thanks for jumping on here, man. I'm sorry to hear about your dad. We know how important it is. This team, the university is important to us, and nobody can ever understand the connection if you didn't go there. How are you a fan if you're not an alumni? It's bigger than that. It's this kind of stuff. It's these experiences. So good times. Great House has a hamstring injury. He will not play probably all year. That's from Patrick Wright. Can you get yards after contact for J Love if they have that on there yet? I don't know if they'll have it yet. So let's see. There should be a recall on Trojans. They had a big hole in them. Ran for it. Dude, Brian Campbell is the man with his comments. Brian Campbell says there should be a recall on Trojans. They had a big hole in them. Ran for over 300 yards. Love it.
J Love had 43 yards after
contact.
Yeah. Okay. And Price had 14.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Gosh, it was. I mean, if it wasn't for those, somebody said it here a minute ago. There was some of the worst penalties I've ever seen called, and for that matter, not called for the Irish. I just don't even like. At what point is somebody going to say something about some of these games? And I know every team has their excuses, but it seems like, what can you pull up the penalties? It's got to be like 15-3 or something like that. It was really bad.
Yeah.
And I'm a freaking referee. I'm a ref trainer, and that was some of the worst. The last 3 games have been some of the worst I've seen in a long, long time.
Notre Dame had 8 penalties for 96 yards. USC had 1 penalty for 5 yards.
Bob Wayant on Facebook says, wonder how the recruits felt today. Probably really freaking good. I bet we've maybe even flipped a couple guys. I can't wait to see what some of these guys say. Again, we've got a bye week next week. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how some of that shakes out here over the next couple weeks. Let's see. I hate USC, but man, I love these ranked games versus them. Yeah, this series can't end, guys. SC, whoever's court the ball is in, needs to sign the deal, do whatever they need to do. These games can't end, man. Obviously, it feels so much better when we come out on the winning side, but
even when we don't, it's still a pretty
it's
electric
crazy.
game.
Let's see. Patty McCormick on the show. Patty said that was a war. Proud of our guys. Dominated the second half. USC offense is scary good, and they had a hellish third and fourth quarter. Yeah, the ass jokes are still funny. Keep them coming, Brian Campbell. But he's starting to. Whether it's him, Freeman, I don't really care. The defense has played much better the last 4 weeks
since the loss to Texas A&M.
Yeah,
or I mean
craziness.
the Purdue game wasn't great, but I mean since then it's been great.
See.
Real fast,
Yeah.
we held USC in the second half to 11 points.
Oh man,
0 points in the fourth quarter.
That's insane, absolutely insane.
But won the game.
Brian Campbell said, despite the first half terrible defense and constant holes by DBs and refs, defense came up big in the fourth. Yep, absolutely. Credit to Christian Gray. He got picked on all day. This is kind of just carbon copy of last year for him in terms of the kind of game he played. He had some really bad reads, got burned a few times, and then he comes out, gets an interception, really almost got a second one, and just played lights out. That kid is a freaking resilient grinder, and I love it. Let's see, Steve Franchi. Let's go, huge win, staying alive. Absolutely, win and survive. The commentators earlier in the game said that this would be an elimination game for the Irish. We already knew that. They didn't think it was necessarily an elimination game for SC, but I think looking at their future schedule, it's going to be really hard for them to sneak in unless somehow they go undefeated and get some help along the way. Yeah. Nick Papandrea, I don't want to harp too much on this, but gosh darn it, they got to figure out this red zone offense quickly. It blows me away that we drive the ball 70, 80 yards and then get down to the red zone and just fart around and play the, design run with CJ Carr on that 2-yard. I mean, they got it. They scored, but gosh.
I just, like we talked about during the game, like that's a perfect spot for Kenny Minchie.
100%.
And you got to use him at some point.
I could not agree more. Good comment here from Dennis McCarthy. Shout out to the O-line and Auding. Yeah, Auding's first time starting center. I was listening to another prediction show earlier this week. I'm almost positive they said that either this year or the last 3 years, if a college football team had a brand new starting center, they were 0-10.
Wow.
So, and again, I got to go back and look at what the exact thing was, but that's craziness. Jason, our boy Jason Lynch, the sheriff, kicker tryouts tomorrow at 8 a.m. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and harp on a 19, 20, 21-year-old kid, but holy moly, that's bad. Yeah. I mean, really, what did we lose, 6 points? Or no, 4 points, missed field goal, missed extra point.
4 points, and then maybe the 3 that we could have had with CJ's interception.
But regardless, you don't have any confidence in your kicking game, and you got to your game plan is completely different.
Yeah.
D played great. That's from Kevin O'Leary. Bobby Walker says Gray is definitely the weak link on this team, and other than the kicker, I don't even know if you can say weak link. I mean,
is there a weak link on the team? Honestly,
I personally don't really see one. 7 points missed from Lynch. That's from the kicking game. Trojans are changing their. Oh gosh. Patrick Wright and Brian Campbell, here we go. Trojans are changing their price and giving love. I like that. Right. I like that a lot. Once again, especially since we won, we're going to do another run of these shirts. We had a huge response for getting some of these. So FUSC 24/7, 365. Let us know in the comments if you want one. We'll get some orders going and let you know what those will look like. Our running back stars of the game. That's from George Beatty. Kevin Roach, I love the Irish. Brian Campbell says best line is played in well. Yeah, no complaints whatsoever on the O-line. Knapp looked good. Schrouth obviously looked good. Gerby looked good. Wagner, Joe Otting, just really a good effort. And then Sully Afshir, when Sully had to go in for Schrouth a couple times, he looked pretty good. So good things ahead, and you get a week to recover. And that's just huge because they've been through a lot this year already.
Yeah.
Nate, can you do me a favor and pull up the top 15 and kind of see where the pieces may fall at this point?
Yep. So Ohio State's at 1. They're going to stay at 1. They dominated Whiskey today. 2, Miami. They fell last night. Indiana dominated Michigan State. Texas A&M beat Arkansas. Let's see. Georgia beat Ole Miss. Is Bama beating?
So obviously Ole Miss will drop a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see. Seeing if Bama. Yeah, Bama won by 17. Let's see. And then we got Arizona State beating Texas Tech today. Oregon crushed Rutgers.
Indiana.
Georgia Tech won. Yeah, I said Indiana already.
Okay.
They won.
Bobby Walker says Indy to 11. Yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking too. 11 or 12, somewhere in that range.
One thing I did want to throw in, since the Purdue game, the defense is giving up an average of 12 points. So
Brian Campbell.
7-7 or 13, 7-7, and 24.
We need Brian Campbell. Brian, we need a quick Ashism, but a positive one, or at least like a mediocre one. So let us have it. Love 24 carries, 228 yards from Jake Fromholt. That's just insane. That's what, 10? I'm not good at math. It's like 8 yards a carry. That's nutty. I had the under, barely came home. Dude, I could not believe how many points were scored. I really thought with all the rain and stuff, it was going to be more of a defensive stalemate, and it was for a little bit, but to hold them to that little point total was pretty good.
I'm more shocked there was no thunder. I genuinely
Lightning
thought there was, lightning. Sorry.
Same thing.
Yeah. I thought lightning was going to mess this game up, honestly.
All right. So, like I said, let's see. Actually, no. Do we have? Am I tripping? Go ahead, keep talking because I'm trying to find something.
I'm not reading that.
Final today.
This was good.
Here we go. The defense kicked USC. Good one, Brett Boyson. The defense kicked USC Asheville. I love it. All right, so real quick, looking at the schedule ahead for the Irish, we've got a bye week. Once again, I can't stress how important that is right now at this point in time in the season. Got the bye week, then we've got Boston College on the road on November 1st. Come home for a game against Navy, who is not bad this year. Boston College isn't terrible either.
I think that Navy game is a neutral site game, actually. I think
no,
it's not at
we're home.
The Giants.
Nope, this one's home for sure. Next year's at the Giants, I think. Then we got Notre Dame going to Pittsburgh. That's gonna be a tough game. And then we come home for Senior Day against Syracuse. We'll be at that game. Can't wait. And then of course going to Palo Alto for Stanford. Which, speaking of end of series, it looks like that might be the last time we go to Palo Alto for quite some time, if not ever. So that'll be a special one too. Carr can't play in the rain. What the heck?
I mean, he did fine against Miami.
Scott Reddick says, love the background. Thanks, man. Yeah, we got some pretty cool stuff back here. We'll show some more of it off. Maybe in the bye week we'll do a show. Trojans, here's another one from Jason Lynch, the lawnmower man. Trojans aren't even reliable enough to hold Ash.
The lawnmower.
I like that. Notre Dame game is easy, but no game is easy, but win, baby. That's from Rudy Salazar. Yep. Okay, here's one from Patrick Wright. I think this will be a winner. Notre Dame Trojan horse is made of ash wood. Good shit. Good stuff. Sorry. All right.
Explicit.
Brett Boyson says, tell me HCMF isn't even looking at Penn State. The move wouldn't make sense. Unless they literally pay him like $25 million a year, no joke. I don't think there's any chance you lure him away at this point. He's got it made in South Bend. And I think he's bought into the entire philosophy, and I think it would take. It's not going to happen. I mean, of course they're going to call him. I mean, he's one of the best probably the best up and coming coach in the country. So yeah, of course they're going to call him. I would call him too. But I'd also, you call some hot chicks, but that doesn't mean they're going to answer. Carr is the best freshman quarterback. I get to pick and choose, run it with love and fry studs. Yeah, Carr's been amazing. Loved burying their rushing. Let's go, big win. Got to have some credit to Coach Ash. That's from Rick Munoz. Agreed. I mean, he's come a long way for sure. Ooh, here's one from Carlos Santiago. Little X-rated here. USC is a bunch of ash lickers. I like that one. I like that a lot. Good stuff, Carlos. I'm gonna leave that one up for a minute. Let it soak in. Brian Kelly gets fired at midnight. That's from Patrick Wright.
That would be a perfect day,
wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Let's see. Just got to the truck. Go Irish. That's from Rich. Rich was at the game tonight. Thanks for some of those photos. Dose. Great win. Love killed it. Gray held his own on D on a tough assignment. Let's go. Yeah. Let's talk about that. Pre-game, we were talking about Lemon and Lane. Sounds like a Beatles song. And they came out and, obviously, like we said, they had some plays. And we knew that was going to happen. But it's what happens when, the game's really on the line, and that's when they really stepped up.
They didn't have any big plays until the second half, though.
True
so
that.
That was a big part of the first half.
This is a great comment right here from Jake. Jake from getting pressure with only rushing 4, big key tonight. Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you have pass rushers letting them just turn it up and get after these guys. Go to hell USC from KJ Dearman. Couldn't agree more.
To the point.
Coach Freeman needs to rock the hat the rest of the season. No way.
I don't know.
That hat was lame, man. Know. I mean, I guess for a luck standpoint, whatever, but that hat, he took, the bookstore has a gajillion hats, and they all cost $85 each. Just go grab one of those bad boys. Come on, Freeman, step up your game on the
Or a
hats,
beanie.
bro.
A beanie.
Yeah, get a beanie. Look like a thug or something. Not a thug. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to say that. You know what I mean. Okay, how does the game change if USC starting running back was healthy? Not much. I don't think it changes a whole lot. I think it was always going to be about Lemon and Lane and shutting those guys down. Hey, honestly though, credit to Mavia. Mavia, that guy's an absolute baller. He's just a good ball player. Let's see. I like this. Bobby Walker, not an overreaction, but Indy could definitely make the championship and win it. We're as good as anyone in the country, especially with the defense finally getting on track. Yeah, if we stay healthy all along the rest of the season during the regular season and get into the playoffs, Notre Dame will be a team that nobody wants a part of.
Yeah.
That said, Ohio State is scary.
Yeah.
I mean, and actually Bama's looking really good. Ohio State, freaking Indiana. I would not want to play Indiana right now with that Fernando Mendoza kid. So yeah. Tim Berkshire, open trouts money for a new kicker. Yeah, we already had that one in there. Let's see. Andy J. Ramirez. Can you give a shout out to my best friend, George Pina? He attended his first Indeed game today. Shout out Jorge or George Pina. Hope you had a great time. Obviously, we need you to go to every single game now because they won and it was your first game. So, again, hope you loved it. Hope you got the experience that everybody should have when they get out to a game.
Except for the player walk.
Oh, that's true. Well, see, George Pina, you got to go back, bro, because you missed the player walk and the trumpets, and that's a huge part of the experience. But glad you got to go. Hope you had an amazing time. Let's see. Here's a Patty says the defense blew out Mavia. The defense blew out Mavia's ash in second half. All right, Patty. Okay. Bonnie Fargi says, woo. Absolutely. Patrick Wright says, which games are you guys coming to? We'll be at the Syracuse game in South Bend, and we'll be at the Stanford game in Palo Alto. Well, I'll be at the Stanford game. Somebody doesn't want to go.
I don't know.
Why don't you want to go? Let's talk about it.
I have no idea.
Let's talk about it.
I don't know.
No, come on.
I don't know.
On air, let's go.
It's just gonna be
300 people listening.
It's gonna be ugly. That's why.
You think we're gonna lose?
No,
I'm kidding.
Don't.
I know, but still, man, it might be the last time for a long time.
Good.
Okay.
I can't stand Stanford.
Anybody else going out to the Notre Dame Stanford game? Because I might need a ride. Gerardo Escarcega said Lincoln Riley is acting like a hyena and doesn't want to play the Irish because it might cost him a spot in the playoffs. Oh my god, I love it. That's good.
That hat sucked.
Yeah, that hat was rough. That was like something you see at a gas station like South Bend.
Well, that's what Lynch said. That was a Meyer hat.
Yeah,
Like on the discount aisle.
That was a Meyer hat for sure. You got the dang Notre Dame bookstore, or what, a few feet away, and you go and get a Meyer hat. Come on, Freeman. He was probably doing grocery shopping there or something and picked it up.
Brian Campbell said it was raining. He had a wet ash.
Carlos Santiago says, how much longer will they allow Lincoln to lose to Indy? That's a really good point because the Indy SC rivalry is akin to Michigan Ohio State. It's kind of can define your season in a lot of ways. And Lincoln Riley's what, 4-1 against Freeman or against the Irish?
1-4.
1-4.
Yeah.
And the only one when he had, I mean, we had Drew Pine as quarterback. Let's see here. I don't even want to say that name on freaking this stuff. Stanford is up. Stanford is up 10-3 on FSU.
Oh, they heard my disrespect.
That is funny. Yeah, they heard Nate's disrespect,
Sorry.
and now they're getting after it.
Sorry, Cardinal.
I'm going to. Oh, cool. Robert Rader. Riders. Oh, good stuff, Robert. Yeah, we'll see you out there. I might need a ride. Navy could be ranked when we play them. That's from Wayne Smith on YouTube. Probably.
Yeah, they're undefeated at the moment.
Yeah, I mean they haven't exactly played world beaters, but it's still Navy, and it's still going to be tough.
Yeah.
None of these games are going to be easy. Let me make that clear. I just think this was our last toughest, most talented team. But Pitt's got some players. BC's been good. Navy's always Navy. So yeah, it's not going to be a cakewalk, but I really think we found our footing. And the bye week happening right now after that big emotional win. I know they had midterms or finals or something this week, so it was tough. Lincoln Riley, se la come? Se la come? I don't know what that means. Lincoln Riley will fly home with a sore ash. That's from Brett Boyson. We got these guys, Brett, Brian Campbell, and Patrick Wright come up with some really good ones. They make me laugh like the whole week. I love it. I wouldn't go to Stanford either. What the heck, George? It's a good place. Everybody at Stanford has always been really cool. I've gone to that game numerous times. Everybody's always super cool. It's a nice, chill environment. Most of the people there could care less about the game. They're just there to hang out and see this stupid tree, which, oh God, their band is atrocious. It's so bad. What are you laughing at?
It's coming up here. Where did it go?
Who wants to go to Cali?
Listen.
He doesn't want to go. He wants to sit at home on his ass. That's literally exactly what will happen.
Yeah, probably.
play video games.
Yep.
Marcus is on. Yeah, he's probably on the post game. We'll get some notes on that toward the end here. There's no ash in South Bend. No, but there's a lot of rain. Hola, boys from Florida. Hey, what's up? It's Jim Ewell. If you guys haven't ever checked out Breaking the Chain Consulting, check out my boy Jim Ewell. If you need a coach for any of your teams, whether it be corporate, city, whatever, this guy's the man. And he's an Irish fan. He's going to be making his debut at the Notre Dame Syracuse game that we'll be at. We're going to show him around, take him to the backer, and so make sure if you see Jim Ewell, you say hi and see what's up. Let's see, Gus Corona, you guys rock. Appreciate you all. Go Irish. We appreciate you, Gus. Thanks for watching, man. Let's see here. Brian B6 says, "Go Irish, baby." CJ Carr needs to tighten things up a bit. Last 3 games, he's missed some throws. He needs to hit. Yeah, and again, I'm broken record here, but he's got the bye week to take care of a lot of that. I have no doubt that he's going to come back around. Coach Gio Godelli needs to get a lot of credit for what's happened with CJ Carr. He's really kind of taken him under his wing, and really helped to develop him to where now he's one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the country.
Yeah.
Even after,
I think 10's fair.
What was it? He threw for what, 150?
150 plus.
Yeah,
it was like 160.
It's not terrible against the USC defense. It's a lot better than they have been in the past.
Yeah.
Any word on if Billy Shrout's injury is going to be a big deal? Doesn't look like it, Jake, because he was in on those last couple snaps, even though they were just quarterback kneels. He was in. He's obviously banged up. It's going to be sore. He's going to be hurting. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but I would expect to see him in 2 weeks against BC unless something crazy happens. Andrew Loesch says, "You guys are awesome. We need another game in Vegas." Yeah, that was fun, man. That was a really good time. I'll never forget that the Vegas sign being lit up green. That was just so freaking cool. Yeah. Got a million pictures of it, and none of them came out good. So that sucks.
Yeah. It's the lighting.
Yeah, it was brutal. And there was like people trying to let me take a picture for you. It's $20. Yeah. What? Let's see. Kellen Wright says, "Go Irish." Can we stop talking about Coach Kelly? That said, talks of him going to PSG is pretty much dead now. LOL. Yeah.
I have no thoughts on that.
Amber Sullivan, great job every week, guys. I look forward to the pregame hype session and the postgame wrap-up celebration. Yeah, let's get 5 more wrap-up sessions like this, and we'll be making plans for the first round of the playoffs. Hopefully, some of the projections I've seen are weird. Yeah. Like I've seen like Virginia getting in, and I've seen whatever, but. Yeah, it's just it's a weird.
Well, I saw Memphis the other day and
they got beat today by UAB.
They're not going to be.
Speaking of that, really cool story. If you haven't seen this yet, Chris Mortensen, the longtime NFL analyst on ESPN, his son is like 30 years old, and he is the acting head coach at UAB, and they beat Memphis today. So it's a really cool story. I think they did a SportsCenter special on it a few weeks ago. Really, really cool story. So good stuff. I see a very bright future with Carr at the helm. Our upcoming recruiting classes are top notch. Yeah, I actually was thinking just before we started talking about the recruits, I'm honestly a little bit they're recruiting so many running backs.
Yeah.
J.O., you got the Spell kid. I mean, there's just not enough footballs to go around. Like, it's crazy. But, I mean, I guess that's a good problem to have, right?
Convert him to receiver.
Sure. All right, Jim, you on YouTube. Thoughts on the kicker? I like that Freeman still had him kick after that last TD. The negative in me said no, but I approve of the positive vibe. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that earlier. It's like, unfortunately, with him missing the extra point and the field goal, that definitely impacted the gameplay for the rest of the game. I mean, you saw it right there when it was 3rd and 19 or 3rd and 9.
It was 4th down.
4th down, you're right. I'm sure he had to go for it because he didn't have faith in the kicker. That said, Freeman's the kind of guy that's going to say, all right, cool, we got to work on that. In fact, that's probably exactly what he talked about in the post-game press conference, but it'll be fine. Both of the kickers have been banged up a little bit this year. One thing that we haven't talked about with the kicking game, which needs to be addressed, is kicking the frigging ball out of bounds on the kickoff. Yeah. You're giving the team a free 15 yards in addition, right off the bat. Can't be doing that against some of these better, especially in the playoffs, but even today against SC, I'm thinking every single yard is crucial. And you're giving them 15 yards right off the bat by kicking it out of bounds. It's kind of irritating.
I think there's still a good chance that the kicker's hurt. I think he might have rushed back for this game.
100%.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't 100% going in tonight.
So Patrick Wright, this is a really good comment. Notre Dame used to be running back U, then tight end U, then O-line U. Now we need to put them all together at the same time. This is the closest I think we've ever been to having all three of those together at the same time. And I would almost, and then throw on a once in a lifetime quarterback like CJ Carr, and you got a really good, and a once in a lifetime coach like Marcus Freeman, and you've got a recipe for some really great things to happen for us in the next few years. But I would say right now we are definitely tight end U, RBU, and O-line U. Yeah, all three. And again, our quarterbacks coming along each week. And each week was getting better and better. This year was a little bit of a yellow light, but we're going to get back to it and see he's an elite player.
I think you look in the NFL, you got Kyron Williams. He's one of the best right backs in the league.
Absolutely.
You have to consider Notre Dame as RBU.
Yep. And then, of course, all the linemen we get to go see. We're Charger fans. So we're going to go see the Chargers play the Colts tomorrow in LA. And although I want the Chargers to win, I want Quentin Nelson to have a really good game.
I hope he has a good game, but he doesn't impact the game.
The crazy thing is that I have to go see Daniel Jones play in person again. The last time I saw Daniel Jones play in person, I was sitting at South Bend and at the stadium watching him carve up Brian Van Gorder's defense en route to a Duke absolute stunning upset over the Irish. That was like one of the worst moments ever as an Irish fan.
I don't want to hear that.
Ugh.
I want to hear that.
Kicker may have hurt his ass cheek. That's from Brian Campbell. God, I love these guys. Great night for recruiting from Cameron Brindle. Yeah, that's going to do wonders for that recruiting class, no doubt about it. George Beatty, I'm sorry, said, I agree, kicking out of bounds is pissing me off too. You just can't give away free yards. Championship teams don't give away free yards on a kickoff, or you just can't do that. So we got to get that fixed. I'm soaked, but it was freaking awesome. Let's go. That's from Keith Kyle. He was at the game. Congrats on that, Chris, or Keith. That had to be a lot of fun, man. Patrick Wright, but again, Notre Dame is Midwest ram down your throat football. We have always had really good running backs, and it's just going to continue. Somebody I was tweeting with earlier said, I can't wait for J Love and Jadarian Price next year. J Love is not coming back next year. Period. End of story. He will be in the NFL at this time next year. He'll be in top 10, maybe top 10, top 15 pick. God willing doesn't get hurt or anything. But yeah, he'll be a top 10, top 15 pick. If you had to say right now, where does he get drafted? Not to what team, but like what number?
I think Genty was in the top 10.
Yeah, he was a top 10 pick.
So I'd throw him right in there. I think Genty was the 9th pick, so I'm going to say 9th or 10th pick. I don't know who's going to be in that spot, but I'd say right in that area, because if you really look at it, there's no quarterbacks that really, we have to draft this guy. There's no Cam Ward in this year's draft. There's no who are some other quarterbacks? Caleb Williams.
They were talking about Drew Aller. I'm like, really?
No,
still doing that?
Well, he's out for the year, so
right. That's what I'm saying.
Not going to have him in that conversation anymore.
Let's see, top five, and goes to Denver. Oh
no,
I don't think
RJ Harvey.
Yeah, and I don't think Denver's going to draft another running back from Notre Dame because things didn't go so well with Estimate, which makes my heart hurt. Let's see, from YouTube, Dominic Reichert. Let's effing go. Just joining. Thoughts on Gray? Big highs, but also but lows. Yeah, I mean, again, same as last year. We talked about this earlier. Same as last year. Christian Gray got picked on horribly the first 3 quarters. And then in the fourth quarter, when it really mattered, he made plays. He had a pick. He had a couple of PBUs. And that's kind of what happened today. I mean, technically, he had he didn't technically. I guess he hit the ground. But he picked up, got the interception, and then got the PBU on that incomplete pass. So, yeah, he's got to get better, and he knows that. I assure you he knows that. Coach Mickens will work with them. I was going to say Coach Ash, but he'll probably just be standing there looking scared as always. But Coach Mickens will coach him up. Coach Freeman will coach him up. And I have no doubt Christian Gray will be a big part of this team down the stretch. Yeah. Price will shatter records next year, guaranteed. Yeah, dude. So we always talk about the running backs. We love running backs, and we always talk about it here on this show and what they're able to do. So next year, you've got Jadarian Price. You've got Aeneas Williams.
Maybe.
You've got Kedron Young.
Yeah. Oof.
And you've got Nolan James. That's not even counting some of the young kids coming in that could potentially contribute. So it's just a really, really great time for Notre Dame running backs. And I think, with Siders as the head coach, as the running back coach, you got a guy that can recruit and a guy that can coach him up and call some good plays. So really, really, really great things on the horizon for Notre Dame's running game, despite the fact that we'll lose J Love. And let me just tell you guys, J Love is an absolute generational talent. Jadarian Price will have a great year next year and probably be a top 25 pick. But you're never going to see another guy like J Love. Yeah. He's just out of control, man. It's just every time he does something, I'm like, well, what do you even say this time?
Literally speechless every time.
Oh, let's see. Oregon State is going to be losing at half to Lafayette. Holy moly. I kind of feel bad for Oregon State, dude. No, I don't. Screw that. They beat us in the Fiesta Bowl that time, and it made me sad. Wayne Smith said, "Did you see Christian Gray's look on the sideline? That was fire."
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff about Notre Dame athletes that I just love. He's not talking smack. He's not yelling at his DC. He's not yelling at his position coach. He's sitting there thinking, "Okay, I got burned. Now watch this." And then what do? Goes out and makes a play.
But was that after his interception or before it?
Actually, I think you're right. I think it was after. But regardless,
Well, still,
yeah,
it was cool.
Dude's getting picked on all day. A bunch of idiots online talking about how much he sucks. And sorry if I'm offending you, but it's hard to say that about a kid who is out there balling, and he's going up against two of the best receivers in the country that'll probably be NFL players next year.
Well, and when you look at most cornerbacks, they're gonna have these highs and lows.
Yeah, 100%.
You look at, I'll go to the NFL for example. Sauce Gardner gets beat every single play in the NFL, and he's still regarded as one of the best corners in the league. So,
yep.
I mean, I think we got to kind of pump the brakes on the Christian Gray hate, I guess. But I think he's a good enough corner that he could be starting anywhere else.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, you're right. And Leonard Moore, gosh, I mean, we didn't get a chance to talk too much about Leonard Moore tonight because we've been talking about so many other things. But what a game he had too, man! Just again, you put him, you latch him to Mekhi Lemon. And that's what happened. And you saw Lemon get 3 catches, I think?
Yeah, it wasn't anything game changing, which was what I was worried about, honestly.
100%.
I thought Lemon and Lane were going to just take over this game, and that was going to be the best chance for SC to win.
Yeah, so George Beatty on X says that 5-star kid had committed to PSU is at the game tonight. That's a spell. Thoughts? Do you think the Irish have a chance? 100% they have a chance, especially with James Franken getting booted and now being on campus for what was an emotional victory over a rival. And again, just I hate to use this word, but the aura of being at Notre Dame and the light show. And can we please? I'm sorry if the DJ, which is not listening to this show, but we got to get a new DJ, man. Like, I get it. Everybody loves "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi. Everybody loves that. It's a great song, but we got to find something else to fire these guys up when it's like 3rd and 4, and we have to have a stop. Like, sure, "Living on a Prayer," cool song. You're riding in the car, it comes on, you're jamming out to it, but let me get some Metallica or like Pantera Walk or something. We got to get a different song other than
or like some cool rap song, something.
Let's see. Here's another one from Brian. This has got to be good. Notre Dame treated Lemon like a lemon. 1-800-LEMON-LAW. Moore was on his ass like his underwear. Oh, I like that. Okay, Amber. Let's see. New DJ is a must. Yeah, dude. Thank you. Hire the Dos Leprechauns. We'll DJ. We'll go down there every Saturday and do it.
We will?
Nope. Patrick Wright, Dallas Golden sometimes just looks like deer in the headlights out there. I'd agree with that, but he also had a couple really good plays tonight. He's a freshman, and he's going to have mistakes, but he's also a very talented football player, so I'm not worried about him at all.
I thought he made some really good plays.
He did. Sorry, Derek Georgino on X says, we ruined careers and livelihoods. Lincoln, Penn State.
Look like an error code.
Oh, no, it's probably because he probably did like an emoji on X. No, I don't know.
Or emoji on the computer. I don't know.
Jackson 5, ABC 123 from Bob Schmidt. No, thank you. That's what I'm talking about, man. They just play these. It's like that's not getting these guys fired up. You hear they play the hip hop songs before the game and stuff like that. But like, I want to hear some metal or like freaking play House of Pain or like, I don't want to hear Living on a Prayer for the 750th time. It's like when you go to a Notre Dame SC game and you hear that stupid song that the SC band plays over and over and over and over again. It feels the same way with Living on the Prayer, man. You're like, dude. But I guess the remix is kind of cool. I know Bon Jovi's probably like, I'm never going to let those guys come around campus again talking about us because we don't like a song. But, bro, everybody's heard that song.
I don't think he's listening.
You never know.
No, I do know.
Okay, cool. Right on. Let's see. Brian Campbell, how about the center tonight? Not sure of his name, but he played great. That's Joe Wadding. That's our boy Benny the Tank Grimm. That's his favorite player potentially on the team. When we signed Joe Wadding, he did a whole Tank's take on him on the page and was very, very high on him. They only had him as a 3-star, and that really offended Tank. So I'm glad Joe Wadding came out and balled out today. Ooh, Mitch Martin, Shoots and Ladders by Korn. Oh my God. Think about it. They play the bagpipes to start with, and then you like fast forward it up to the heavy bass riff. Oh man, I like that. Shoots and Ladders. I think we should email somebody at NotreDame.com and say we need some new songs on DJ.
Pete.
They played Hallelujah when USC got called for a penalty. I lost it. That was kind of funny. And I like that they took our idea. I guess maybe it's not just our idea, but we did the Price is Right little theme song.
That was our idea.
Yeah, I played that a long time ago. They were capping. Dominic Reichert, let's see. D-Ray, D-Run game was so fire. USC pass game was good, but the rain started falling hard. I thought we had it locked. Praise to run defense. To run defense. Were you guys as confident as I am when the rain came? No, I wasn't. I'm telling you, I was not even confident when there was a minute 30 left and they got the ball down 10. Just because I know that they have that quick strike offense.
I don't think I was worried at a single point this game. I was optimistic the whole game. You know, I was cautiously optimistic,
Sure,
I guess.
yeah.
But you know, going into the game, I was pretty confident. I was probably at like 95% confident we were going to win, and that never wavered during the game. So
I was wavering a little bit when they were marching down the field on that first drive, but no, I wouldn't say wavering. I was just, nervous. Derek Virginos on X again. SC Marching Band plays their mid-fight song after 2-yard gains by their mid-running back and after stringing 6-yard gains. Horrible tradition, but bad stadium. SC Hay Week is not over. It's never over. 24/7, 365. Get your shirt. Let us know if you want a shirt. We need to order a bunch of them so we don't have to pay $80 for each. Like this one was expensive because I only bought one. But a lot of response on those. So we're going to order some more. So let us know if you want one. Let's see. I'm not going to read that one. Brian, come on, buddy. This is a family show. I think we're going to go ahead and end it here, guys. Been a great post-game show. Been a great week. Hate week is over. Hopefully not forever. Hopefully we get this thing renewed because I love beating SC. It's just such a great feeling, and
it's going to be even better to bask in it for a whole week and not have to worry about another opponent.
Yep,
it's going to be nice.
Yep, yeah, you're 100% right. When you have a bye week after a loss, you're like, oh.
It's electric.
Yeah, like after that first game against Miami, you got a bye week right after that. You're like,
sitting there.
Yeah, and all the negative stuff starts in your head. Like, are we actually not good? But then you realize
you are good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I want a shirt. Okay, cool. If you want a shirt, keep commenting. We'll message you guys and get some orders going and get you guys taken care of. So, thank you guys for everything. It's been a great week. We are going to have some shows or a show next week, even though there's a bye. We'll try to see if we can maybe get a guest on and kind of go over the first half of the season and what's to expect the last few weeks of the season. So, great win for the Irish tonight. Kudos to the coaches and the players and the support staff for making that happen. And kudos to you guys for jumping on and supporting us. We appreciate it. And with that, we'll say go Irish, beat Boston College, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. Go Irish, FUSC.